For every business, one of the things you need is a website, and if you just started with your business, you may feel like you don't need it now, but definitely at one point in time you would surely get to the realization that I think I need a website. And the thing is, there are so many platforms you can actually use. We have WordPress, we have Wix, we have Joomla, we have Mugo or something like that. There are so many of them, but the good news is that you don't have to learn how to use these platforms, because Canva has now made it possible for us to be able to create websites in there. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to be teaching you how to create a very beautiful website you can use for your agency, and we are going to cover every single thing you need to know. Don't go anywhere, I'll be back. Hey everyone, Benjamin here, a verified Canva expert based in Ghana. In this video, hey everyone, Benjamin here, a verified Canva expert based in Ghana. If this is your first time on this channel, all I just want to say is subscribing to this channel is the best thing you can do. And if you are a returning subscriber, if you're an OG, not a returning subscriber, if you're an OG, I must say thank you so much, and I really appreciate you for the continued support. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. This is what we have at the moment, a blank canvas, and we are going to be doing so many interesting things. Okay, so we wouldn't waste so much time. The first thing we are going to do is to come into Element. In Element, we are just going to add any photo at all. Okay, so you can use a photo, or you can just scroll down a little bit till you see grid. Okay, so choose grid, and it would cover every part of your home page. Okay, so we'll just reduce it a little bit and just click on your image and just make your image fill it. Okay, so I think I would want to change this image, so I'll come into my photos. So we'll just choose any photo. So I think I'll just use this, and it's actually cool. The other thing we are going to use is we are going to press R on our keyboard for a shape, and I'll just drag and drop it here, resize it. Okay, and with the color, we'll come to colors, and now Canva has given us the option to add gradients, okay, to shapes. So we can choose any of the colors over here, and you can choose the one that works with you. Then come to transparency and reduce the transparency a little bit. So this is what we have at the moment, but I usually love this red, red to orange kind of like gradient. It makes it hotter. So depending on the colors your brand has, that should help you to decide on the gradient you want to use. You can also go for a solid color if that's your taste. Okay, so yeah, we just have to continue. So I press T on my keyboard, okay, for any text at all, and we'll just say home. Okay, and I just want to change this to poppins. Okay, and I'll just increase the size a little bit. It shouldn't be too big, so it should be like 13. Okay, then we'll just duplicate this and position it here, and all we are just going to say is portfolio. Okay, so portfolio, and we'll also have this one also over here. Then I'll duplicate the whole thing again, position it here, and I can just say features. Then we can duplicate it again, and we can have it here, and here we can just say element. So the menu we've created should be the menu we've created should depend on the pages you want to create for your website. So with the type of pages you want to have on your website, that should lead you to add these things. So if you want to have a portfolio page, then on your menu you should have portfolio. So depending on the type of pages, that's what we are going to have in our menu. Okay, so keep that in mind. So I'll just select everything over here, and maybe I'll just make it 14 to make it a little bit bigger, and drag and drop it over here. But I think they are too close, so I will space it 2 times using my arrow keys. Okay, and I think this is okay. Then I'll come into element. Okay, in element there are some elements I use in my previous. Yeah, this is the element I actually want to use, so I would reduce the size and have it over here. Then I'll change the color to, let me just switch brand kits over here, and this is one of the things with Canva Pro. So let's assume I had another client and I just still wanted to use my Canva account to be creating content for them. Canva Pro actually helps me to create multiple brand kits in my Canva account, so I can always switch to use their stuff. You understand? And if you're on the free version of Canva, I want to give you the opportunity to start using Canva Pro for free. Okay, so I have a link in the description box below that should help you to switch to Canva Pro. Okay, so I think it's a very cool deal. Check it out. And yeah, I also have a WhatsApp group. Let me just drop it here. I also have a WhatsApp group you'd love to join. The link is in the description box below. All right, so I'll change the color to this pink, and I can duplicate this and have it here, and I'll just see floral brand. Okay, then position it here, and I'll just make it a little bit thicker, so I just made it bold. You understand? And I'll just bring it down over here, and I think this is cool. So we are now going to have our heading or our title over here. Then I'll just say print. Okay, and digital So select, or I can use the Poppins extra bold to make it thicker. Okay, so Poppins extra bold, make it thicker like this, position it here, come to the line spacing and reduce the line spacing. Okay, so just have it like this and we'll make it bigger. All right, okay, then I'll just center this, or what you can do is you can right click, come to align instead. Okay, and you see center, it's centered already, that's why we can't select it. All right, so this can be white. Okay, or just make sure you're using a color that would stand out. Okay, then what we are just going to do next is we are going to press R on our keyboard. Okay, and we would reduce it like this. This is just to create a button. All right, then I'll center it as well. Come to the border style, add some borders with the corner rounding, keep it to 5%. Okay, then what we are going to do is with the color, just click on no color. Okay, so you should have something transparent like this. All right, then press T on the keyboard to add another text, and I'll position it over here, and I can just say work with us. Okay, so work with us, we select all and we can make it bigger, so very cool like this. And you can see that because it's black, it's very difficult to read, so we can simply change the color to white and the text color to white as well. Okay, then use Ctrl G to group or element. Okay, we can select it and reduce the size more if we want. All right, so another thing I want us to do is to press T on our keyboard again and add some text at the top over here. And I can just say we work hard and we play hard. Select all and make sure the size is big enough and you centered it also. Okay, and I'll just change the color to white as well. So as simple as that, we've been able to create our home page, and we are just going to create our second page. So let's dive into Canva and let's continue. So all we need to do is to click on add a page, and this should create a new page for us. Okay, so what we are simply going to do, we are going to add any image of our choice. So there's this beautiful image I have over here. I'll right click, set image as background. Okay, and click on the image, come to flip and flip it horizontally. Okay, and Canva also gives you the option to adjust the height of any page at all, so you can see how you can do it. Okay, and then what I'm simply going to do, I'll make the image bigger and click on done. Okay, so that we can have enough space over here for our copy. All right, so I don't like the too much extra space over here, so what I'm going to do is I would maybe reduce this a little bit so that I can see more of it. Then I'll reduce it, okay, just a little bit, so something like this is cool. Double click, move it up a little bit, and you can see what we've been able to do. So just to make sure we are doing the right thing, I'll just duplicate this, bring it here, change the color to the same pink, or yeah, I think this pink color we have over here. All right, then I'll duplicate this, bring it here, change the color to, maybe this color I think is very cool. You can reduce it, position it here, change the alignment to left, okay, and reduce it more. Then I can just say beautifully handmade design. Okay, then we can just make sure everything is looking sweet, and make sure the alignment is also proper. All right, then I'm just going to add some dummy text. So I will just come to dummy text, okay, and just select any text at all of my choice, copy, then I will just paste it in here. Okay, I'll change the color to maybe black. Okay, so select all and change the color to black. I'll change the alignment to this, and with the overall size I'll reduce it to 12. Okay, or even 13 is fine. Yeah, I think 13 is fine, so we can just leave it like this. And what we are just going to do next is we are going to be adding some icons. So you can see we have some icons over here. You can take your time to search for the icon yourself and make sure that your website is not just too much text. There should be some images, there should be some icons, just a nice blend would make it interesting. Okay, all right, so I can just choose this, okay, and I would reduce the size, come to color, change the color. All right, and have it like this, duplicate this, bring it down over here. I'll change the color to maybe this one and make it bolder. Okay, then I can just simply say modern edit. Okay, so depending on what your website is about, you have your custom thing over here. Don't just copy, like sometimes you just need to be creative, just as if if you're a guy, just as if you see a lady, you just need to make sure that your punchlines are great. You get it? Yeah, if you don't get it, DM me for more explanation on Instagram. All right, yeah, but I'm just joking, but as guys, sometimes it's just, I just understand why it can be difficult sometimes when we want to approach a lady and just say hello to her. I don't know why, but sometimes it just happens. Yeah. But as I'm talking, I'm still designing, so please make sure you don't skip, because I just try not to make this boring. So you get it? Yeah. So I'm just adding another icon over here and changing the color, and you can see how this page is beautiful, and we just center the whole thing. As easy and as cool as that. So we've been able to create our second page, and we are now going to be creating our third page, which is going to talk about some features or some service, anything at all you want to talk about. So I will create it, and I'm sure while I'm creating it, it will be giving you ideas. Okay, so let's touch on it. All right, so I'll just click on add a page again, and what I'm simply going to do is I can just copy this and paste it over here. Okay, and what I'm just going to say is I'm just going to say all of these words. Okay, so I had to do copy and paste instead of typing the whole thing. So I would increase the line spacing a little bit, and I will center this part of it. So I can even just change it to the Poppins medium, nice one. Okay, then I would increase it like this and reduce it. Okay, because it's not always that we need to have a lot of text. And I'll copy this, paste it over here. So this can be a darker something. Okay, so I'll use a dark color for it, and would also center this as well. Okay, so you can see what we are creating. Then we would press R on our keyboard. Okay, for this shape over here, I would come to the border, add some border to it, come here, no color. Okay, and with the border weight, you can just choose 1 for it. Okay, and the rounding, you can choose 5 for it. If you hear that, I just have my stuff around me. All right, so this is something cool we are creating over here. Okay, now press R on your keyboard C on your keyboard for circle, and position it over here, and position this here. We're going to be adding some icons into it. Okay, so I can just use these same icons I used, position this inside here, change the color to white, and I'll reduce it a little bit more, maybe this one to a little bit more. Okay, nice one. Select, duplicate it, position this thing over here, and I would center this. Okay, and this should be centered as well. Okay, of course, if we are going with a centered alignment, it needs to be the same for all. Then duplicate it, position it here, and you can duplicate it again, and we can just have the 3 over here, and we center everything. Wow, this is such a beautiful website. So in this case, I can just change the icons. Okay, so I can add this icon, and I can add this icon as well. So let me just reduce the size of this icon, and I will first of all place it here because I want the size to be the same, and I'll just position this over here. Okay, select the other shape. Click and press Ctrl to select the one behind. Okay, then you can delete it, and I can change the color of this one. All right, then I can also reduce the size of this one as well, position it somewhere here. Okay, then I select what's behind and I delete it. Then I can change the color of this, okay, to also white. So this is something beautiful we have over here. Then we can just change everything. So I can just say full documentation. All right, and I will just select all of this, and I'll just say reasonable pricing. This is beautiful. I think this is very beautiful, and once you can master this, you can actually start selling to clients. You can actually create a website and sell them to clients. A client say, I need a website, and you're like, oh yeah, I can design one for you. How much? What's your budget? What's your date? What's your that? You just create it. You can use the same example, or you can also buy the template and just customize and use it for your clients. So anyone at all you wish to do, you can do. This template is going to be available for sale. Okay, yeah, nice one. So then I just come here to create another page, and this page is actually going to be interesting because what we are simply going to do is we are going into element. Okay, so in element we come to grid, choose the grid, and we just would have it something like this. All right, resize it like this. Okay, then we can have another shape over here like that. Then we can reduce the whole thing. Okay, then select all and duplicate it again and have it here like this. Then we can just reduce the size, okay, to something like this. Then over here, okay, we'll just leave it the same height, because we can add other things down here. Or if you want, you can just do this thing. You have to be very careful when you are like aligning the height. I wish there was a way to do this easily, you just click and there will be an option to enter the figures, because it will make it very easy than having to go through this whole thing. Okay, so let me click. Nice. Okay, so we can just choose these two boxes and change the color to something cool like this, because we have these colors, or we can just keep it to this. Okay, sticking this consistency, okay, which is also very good. All right, come to photos and we can add more photos. I can add this photo over here, crop it nicely, click on done. I can flip it horizontally. All right, then come over here as well and come here like this, increase the size and positions over here and all of that. Okay, so I think this is very, very beautiful. So we can duplicate this, position it here, change the color to white just to make it easy to read. Duplicate this as well, bring it here, change the color to white. Okay, then the alignment should be left. All right. Okay, then what we can do is we can also duplicate this, bring it over here, change the color to white, and we can duplicate this as well and bring it over here. So this is just something cool we can actually do. So select it. I just want to make sure everything's aligned. Nice one. So you can see everything is aligned beautifully over here. Then one thing we can also do is to add some icons in there. Okay, so we will just come to the top over here and duplicate this icon, bring it all the way down and maybe reduce the size. Okay, then we can just say learn more, just in case you can hear in the background noise. Okay, just pardon me. Okay, just pardon me. It's working from home comes with these issues. Okay, so yeah, we'll just position it over here, reduce it, and this is our website so far. I think this is lovely. I really love this. Click on a new page and we are going to be adding a gallery, and we'll be wrapping up shortly. I think we have 2 or 3 pages more to go, and yes, that should be it. Right, so for the gallery, what we are going to do is we'll just come up here and I'll duplicate this. I think let me just duplicate this one instead. Okay, come here and I can just say some gallery to enjoy. Right, all right, then we'll just come into this, duplicate it and position it over here. Okay, so you can see what I'm trying to do. Duplicate it, position it over here, duplicate it as well. So we have 3. Okay, or depending on the number of photos you want to have, you can just maybe reduce it over here and duplicate this and bring it over here. But I think having just 3 is enough. Okay, so maybe 3, and we can duplicate it and also bring it down here. Okay, then we'll just bring it to the bottom a little bit like this, and we'll add some extra images. Okay, so images, maybe this can be here, and maybe let's add some extra ones. This can be here, this can be here. So I am just adding random images, but for you it should be, it can be previous projects, things like that. You understand? It shouldn't just be random images for you. You should be specific on the type of images you want to have in there. Okay, so what we are going to do is, maybe if you want to give some more highlight on the images, we can just do this. Place this shape over here and reduce it. Okay, reduce the size like this, change the color to white. Okay, then we can just have it nicely, and we'll place some text right on top of it. So I can duplicate this over here and have it here. I can just say team work. Okay, so I will just bring it down here and I can drop this one down, select it, duplicate it, position this over here, duplicate it again and have it over here. Okay, then you can just customize all of these things depending on what you want. Okay, so we can just select everything, duplicate it and bring it down here. Okay, and make sure it's matching. Very nice and very sweet. Cool. Okay, so make sure everything is looking neat. Okay, nice. So now that we have this is beautiful. I think this is really beautiful. I like it. I love it. So we have one more page, and then what I'm going to do here is I am going to add some features and stuff like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be creating some mockups. Okay, and maybe I can just choose this. Okay, and let's say I want to say features. Maybe it could be a product we are trying to sell, or it could be some of our product we want to sell. Okay, I think instead of this page, I should rather use this page. Okay, because this would make it more interesting. Then we come to edit image and we'll search for smart mockups. Okay, so smart. How come I can't spell smart? Okay, smart mockups, and we have so many ones over here. what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the PC one. Okay, so I can choose the desktop number 10. Desktop, not desktop. All right, this looks beautiful. All right. Okay, then choose your text, come down here, paste it over here, have it over here, and we can enter anything. We can just see our templates are easy to edit, and they come with so many add-ons. I'll just position this over here. Okay, come here and choose any of the text. Okay, come down here, and I just want one line. Okay, so I can select all of this, delete it because I just want one line, and press L on your keyboard for line. Okay, then we will just reduce the thickness or the weight to 1. Okay, position it here, position your text, align your text also, and double click on the other edge of your text, okay, so that it will just tucks it in for you. Then we'll come into elements and search for tick. Okay, and one word that came in mind was tickle. Sometimes you just want to tickle. It's nice. If you are a single guy or a single lady, I'm also single, so just pardon me. Oh my goodness, Lord of mercy. Anyway, we'll change the color of this to the same pink or red. I don't know what color is this, but I just like the vibe. Okay, then with the line length, we'll just make it longer. Select everything, duplicate it, in our position this here, then duplicate. Okay, so depending on the number of features you want to have, you just add it over here. I'll select everything and move it to the top. Okay, then I can take this last line off, and maybe I'll just move this to the top a little bit. Then I'll add a button. So duplicate this, bring it down here, and we can't see anything because the color is white. We can change the color of the text and change the color of this as well, just to make it very, very easy. All right, then I just maybe drop it down a little bit, and we can have it looking like this. All right, so the last thing we are going to be doing is to add our services. Okay, and with the services, it's basically going to take this design, so you don't have to redo everything. You can just copy, come down here and paste. Okay, then we will just move it. Okay, I think like this is cool. Come down a little bit. Okay, then we can just do something. You can just say design, come to photos. Okay, choose any photo at all, drop it here, and I can just say graphic design. Okay, and here I can just say consultant. Okay, then we can just choose any image at all, drop it here, and I can just say, okay, so business consulting, and we can just center this. Okay, and would also increase this like that. Okay, then the last one we can just say mobile app. Okay, so maybe mobile app. Okay, so we'll add this and just see maybe mobile. What am I doing? Mobile app development, so DEV. Okay, and this is cool. Now the last thing we are going to do is to add a page again, and I will just select all of this over here. Yeah, I don't want to redo the whole thing. Sometimes I just feel lazy, and I'll come down and paste it. Okay, and sometimes that's what you need to do, just copy and paste. It's not always you have to be doing things from scratch. Okay, then we'll just change the image over here. So I'll come to the recently used, look for some nice teamwork. Okay, there was one I really love, and I actually used it in the previous design, when I was creating the website, and I want to use the exact thing. There were some people had their legs crossed and all that. Okay, if I'm not finding it, I'll just come in and just say team work, or I'll just let me just say creative team. Right, and we'll see a lot will come here, and yes, this is it. This looks beautiful to me. I just love this, because I don't know what else is beautiful than a creative team. So we are ready to work with you. Right, then we can just put any dummy text over here. So I just maybe would come to the top, copy, come down here, paste it inside. Okay, then we would just reduce like this, come in here, and I'll just choose the button. You can even use the same button style. Okay, so copy, come down here and paste. Okay, and I can just say work with us. Okay, so let's see everything. Okay, that's nice. The last thing is the footer. okay, or if you want to add testimonials and stuff like that, you can easily do them. But I think with the testimonials, I will show you what I did. Let me find. Okay, so if I come to edit design, you can see it's just a matter of adding some shapes, adding some circle frames, so I'll just paste it here just to skip this part of it, because I think it's too easy and you should be able to do it. That's what I actually think, so if that is the thing, I will drop this down and I'll also drop this down. Okay, so this is for testimonials, which is something very easy to create. You don't have to struggle much. Okay, and we can also have clients, maybe previous clients or something. We can just create, we can just say, let me double duplicate, not to double click. Okay, and I can just say previous client or clients we've worked with. Drop it down over here, and I can just come to here and I just search for logo. Okay, so in logo I come to graphics, and there are so many of them. I can choose this for an example. Okay, this doesn't change color for me, so I can choose this. I can come down here, choose maybe this one, come down, choose anyone at all you would love. Maybe Instagram, maybe this one, and I can also maybe choose, I want the last one, maybe this one. Okay, then we can just arrange them here, arrange them, and arrange them. Then we select everything and reduce the size, something like that. Select or position them here. Okay, then just spacing them a little bit. Okay, then we can come to select everything, right click, space evenly, and choose tidy up. Okay, it will just space up everything for you. You can just position them here. Okay, so now I change the color. I want to use my colors, so I can change the colors, something like this, or you can use a gray color for them all. Okay, so this one has multiple colors. You choose everything to gray. My throat is aching me, I don't know why. I think I've been talking for a very long time now. Okay, this one will also take the gray, this will also take the gray, this would also take the gray. Alright, then we click on add a new page, and this is the last page we are going to be created. Okay, so change the color to maybe black, come in here to the colors, come to add color, and we'll increase a little bit, just make it a darker gray, okay, instead of black. Then we are going to say some few things, so I can just duplicate this, position it here, change the color to white, reduce it, change alignment to left, and we can just say about company. Okay, position it here, we will just reduce the size a little bit, and I'll just add some dummy text. Okay, then I'll just align it to the left, change the color to white. This is beautiful. Then we'll come up here to floral. Okay, copy the whole thing, copy, come down here, and I'll just paste it here. Okay, and with the text I'll change it to white, so we can have floral brand over here. Then we can come here and search for Facebook. I can choose Facebook, I can choose Instagram, I can choose Twitter, right? So Twitter as well. Change the color to white, come down here. Okay, this one too, I'll reduce the size. I also change the color to white. Let me reduce it first. Okay, bring it down here, change the color to white. Okay, then I just drop all of them down and make sure the sizes are the same. Okay, this one to also go down more, select the three of them and reduce their sizes more. I think it's still too big, reduce it more. Okay, and have it here. So Facebook can come first, Twitter, Instagram, then reduce this, then select or come here, and we can just say follow. Okay, I can position this here, and I can just simply say follow us. So follow us on social media. Okay, then we change the alignment to the right, spacing it up a little bit, and double click, and this is it. We are finally done. So now what we are going to do is to learn how to link the pages. So I'll just link a few pages so that you can know how to link it. Then we'll also look at how to publish our website. Okay, so if you want to link your pages, this is what you can do. The home is already on home. For portfolio, we are going to link it to gallery. So what we can do is we can select it. Okay, to right click, come to link. Okay, and you just have to choose the appropriate page. So I think it's page 5, so I'll just select page 5. Okay, features was page 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll also right click on this, come to link, come to page 3, okay, which is features. Done. So this is how to link pages. Okay, so now we're going to look at how to link buttons as well. So with buttons, if I had an external page that I wanted to link this to, maybe a Google form or something like that, I'll just right click, come to link, and I'll enter the Google form link over here, as simple as that. Okay, so now that we've been able to do that, how can you publish your website? So let's take a look at that, and we'll be wrapping up shortly. So come into publish website, and Canva should do some few things. Okay, so you can resize on mobile. If you want that, check, Canva will do that for you. And with the publishing, we have 3 options over here. We have the free domain, purchase a new domain from Canva, or use an existing domain if you already have a domain name. But for the sake of this tutorial, what I'm going to do is I'll be using free domain. Okay, so I'll come to free domain and click on continue. Now you can customize your URL, so you can just click on this pencil to add your URL. Okay, you can just do that. So I think I'll do it free template. Okay, yeah, just for the sake of this. And you can add your website description, check these boxes if they are necessary to you, but I don't think it's necessary for me. Then I click on publish. So once you click on publish, Canva should do the remaining work for you. Okay, so this is how to be able to create your website inside of Canva, and it's still loading. Once it's done, I'll show you how the whole thing would look like. So you can see it's done. We can just visit the website, and I will just pull it over here so you can see how the whole thing looks at the moment. Okay, so this is actually a beautiful website we have actually created in Canva. Very beautiful, very beautiful. I love it. And one thing is that at the moment, when you color or you add a shape, it doesn't take the whole width. So what we can do to fix this page especially is that we can, let me move it here. We can just come here. I'll just do edit design, and instead of having my image in the frame or in the grid, I can just right click and set my image as background. So in this case, my image is covered. Okay, then what I can do is I can now add some shapes behind my menu over here. Okay, so that people can easily see whatever my menu is about, like the pages I want them to be able to link easily. And I can change this to white. Okay, then maybe delete this and delete this. Okay, so if we come to publish and we come to continue publish, Canva should do that for us. And once it's done, we'll just have to refresh this page. So I just want this thing to finish first, and now that is done, we will just have to refresh, and you can see it's taking the entire thing. So this is what you can actually do. So that's how to go about it. But there are just so many ways. Just find your ways and make sure that you're doing whatever you are happy with. If you want the template can be found in the description box below. The name is Benjamin. I hope you will start using Canva Pro especially, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like, comment, let me know which video you want me to make next concerning website in Canva. And yes, the name is Benjamin, and I should see you in my next video.
I know you could do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Wake up, I'm on to the next new day. I gotta do my best. Every day I put the work in. The grind never stop. You ain't never see me rest. See me on top. I never